which is the best ship based out of the UK in 2024. Not my reviews, your reviews on TripAdvisor and Cruise Critic. Both of these websites mark the ships out of 5. We've combined the scores to give them a mark out of 10. What is at number 25, according to your reviews? Well, it is the Norwegian Prima that gets a score of 5.3 out of 10. It's a new ship built in 2022, and in summer 2024, it'll be doing cruises from Southampton to Reykjavik. What don't people like? Many of the reviews don't like the terrible design of the ship. It's got lots of smaller venues, just like Virgin have on board, but people are saying it's confusing. They also don't like the pool, it's far too small. They're disappointed with the service and the food. Generally, some really disappointing reviews. Check it out. At 24, it's a Southampton favourite. It's MSC Virtuosa, and that gets a score of 5.8. It's going to be in Southampton from April until October with various cruises, including short cruises, 2-night, 5-night cruises, 2-week Mediterranean and Norway cruises. Too busy, too noisy, poor service, etc. But recently, while checking on TripAdvisor, the first 2 pages have some really good reviews. So are things improving? What has your recent experiences been on Virtuosa? Let us know. At 23 is Arvia. We've already done a list of the best and worst P&O ships. Check that out in the corner. We'll also link it at the end of this video. It's P&O at 22 with Arcadia, the adults only, out of Southampton in 24 with a 6.4 score. Iona, the cruise ship that does Norway 7-day cruises, is at 21, and that has a score of 6.6 out of 10. Next up, unfortunately for Norwegian, it's another Norwegian ship. It's Norwegian Dawn. What don't people like about Norwegian Dawn? Well, it's going to be doing British Isle cruises out of Southampton in the summer. It gets a 6.7 out of 10. Didn't enjoy the food, bad service. It seems to be going down quite quickly in the reviews that I saw, but it only managed to get a 6.7. Before we move on to our next one, don't forget, if you enjoy all our videos, we have a vast array of videos, from cruise vlogs to information videos to port guides. Press that subscribe button, it's completely free, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. At 19, it's Fred Olsen's Borealis, and that is a ship from 1997. It's a smaller ship with a capacity of 1,500. It has a mixture of cruises from Southampton. What do people like? They like the crew. They like the service on board. Things they didn't like was the state of the ship, as it is an older ship, and that gets a 6.7. At 18, we head to the first of the Ambassador cruise lines, and it's Ambience with a score of 6.8. It'll be doing various cruises from Tilbury, just outside of London, throughout summer. It's mostly an adults only cruise line. They do some multi-generational cruises in the school holidays. What do people like about it? They like the service. They like the old style of entertainment they used to get on P&O. Some of the things they didn't like, the maintenance of the ship, and it also had one of the best cruise taglines I've seen for review. It had the best laundry at sea. It's time for Spirit of Adventure at 17. That is going to be out of Dover with mainly British cruises in 2024. Of course, it's for over 50s only. It's Saga Cruises. What did they like about this ship? Well, they liked, with Saga Cruises, they like the service. You get picked up from home, from your chauffeur to the ship, which I really liked. The food. A lot of the negatives seem to be coming from the COVID era. So there seem to be a lot of bad reviews from the COVID. Recent reviews are really, really good. And that is in at 17. At 16, out of Southampton in summer, will be Sky Princess. Various, once again, cruises from Southampton, from the long cruises, the short 4-night cruises. It gets a mixed bag of reviews, Sky Princess, which earns it its mid-place in this countdown. Also, 7 out of 10 for Britannia. Find out In some ways it rules the waves, and some ways it doesn't. In our P&O review video, linked at the end. Also with a 7 out of 10, you'd have seen it in our last video reviews for P&O, is Ventura. It is a ship that does cruises to the Canaries, the Mediterranean, short and longer cruises, and it's 16 years old. Ventura, 7 out of 10 at 15. 14, it's another Saga Cruise ship. It's Spirit of Discovery. Had its maiden in 2021, it would be out of Dover in 2024. Europe cruises for over 50s. Some of the things they really liked was the small ship feel, and they also enjoyed the service and loved the crew on board. It's a Royal Caribbean and Southampton favourite. It is last year heading out of Southampton home porting. It's Anthem of the Seas. It gets a 7.2. Generally, people enjoyed Anthem of the Seas, but recent reviews are claiming that the service is going downhill. Food wasn't as good as it used to be, and that has a spot at 13 with a 7.2. If you enjoyed our coverage on YouTube, we're also on social media. We're on TikTok, we're on X, and we're also on Facebook. Check us out, find us cruising with the 4Bs. What is at number 12? Well, it's heading to Southampton for one of the first times in many years. It's Caribbean Princess, and that gets a 7.3 out of 10. Various cruises around Northern Europe. It's 20 years old with a capacity of 3,766. What did they like on board? What did they dislike? They generally quite liked the service, although they felt the food was going downhill. Queen Mary, a favourite of ours here at the 4Bs. We spent 3 fantastic nights last summer, and a lot of you agree. It didn't reach the top 10, but at number 11 with a 7.3. It will be out of Southampton in 2024 with transatlantics, trips to Norway, short cruises as well. What did they like about the Queen Mary? Well, it did have a refit last October, and the reviews after that are pretty good on the ship. A really excellent refit. Things they tended not like was that they felt service was going downhill. Others disagreed, and that's at number 11. It's 7.3 for Cunard's Queen Mary. Sister ship starts our top 10 with Queen Victoria, and that gets a score of 7.4 out of 10. It's going to be out of Southampton for the early part and late part of the summer. What did they enjoy about Victoria? They liked that it was traditional cruising. The last of the P&O ships, Aurora, 7.7. Adult-only cruises from Southampton is at number 9. Balmoral is going to be out of Newcastle. Now, this is a massive high point in the reviews. A northern port with a ship, and it's going to be variation cruises to the Mediterranean, to Northern Europe, around the UK on a Fred Olsen cruise. They loved the small ship feel. Some of the negatives is that it is a very old ship, 36 years old. 7, Ambition. Now this is a little asterisk next to Ambition. It's quite a new ship, so there wasn't too many reviews, but the reviews that are in gave it a 7.7 out of 10. Ambassador regulars liked it. It's cruises from Tilbury. It gives a small ship feel, and a lot of the reviews said it's what P&O used to be, and that is Ambition, the second of the Ambassador Cruise Line ships. At number 6, it's heading to Dover. It's Carnival Legend with a 7.8. Dover Cruises, mainly UK and Northern Europe cruises. A warning with Carnival, if you're not aware of Carnival, I would research them first. Some people absolutely love them, which give them a score of 7.8, but they are fun ships. There's lots going on. It's all action, dancing around the pool. So really, before you head on to a Carnival ship, I really would research it first. But people that like it definitely do like a Carnival ship. The fun ship is heading over this summer. Carnival Legend with a 7.8 into the top 5. Regal Princess with an 8. It's got UK cruises throughout the summer, mainly 12-night cruises all the way around the UK. Regal is 5. At 4, it's Balletti? Let us know. It gets an 8. It's a Fred Olsen. It's 24 years old. It's got 1,656. It's cruising from Liverpool. Another massive perk, which people really like. Another ship heading out of a northern port. They loved the character of it, the service, the feel. Number 3, making its debut home port in Southampton in 2024 is Celebrity Apex. It gets a massive 8.1 out of 10. What did they like? They liked the service, the experience, and the food. That gives it the high score, but of course you do pay for Celebrity. And number 2 is a big jump now to 8.8 out of 10. What do you think it is? Heading back to the UK for 2, 3, 4, 5 and 7 night cruises out of Southampton. It is of course the Disney Dream. You do pay for it, but what do people like on board? They like the service, they like the food, and of course the Disney entertainment. You can't beat that, and that's the Disney Dream. 8.8 out of 10. That was 2, but what is number 1? Get your guesses in. It's heading to Portsmouth in late August and September. It is Resilient Lady with a massive 9 out of 10. What do people like? It's an adults only, so of course if you enjoy adult only cruises, then this one is for you. They love the food, they love the service, they like the whole atmosphere on board, and it gets a massive 9 out of 10. We've only briefly been for a few nights on Virgin. We loved it and agree. It's the service, it's the food. Sometimes people take a while to get used to the entertainment. It's different. But what do you think? Have you been on Resilient Lady? Have you been on Virgin Voyages? Does it deserve the number 1 ship heading out the UK in 2024? Let us know in the comments below. But for now, if you'd like more reviews on P&O, here is our best to worst of P&O Cruises.